Hi everyone, and welcome. Have you ever wondered what the most expensive element on Earth is? Many people might guess gold, platinum, or even diamonds. But the answer is something far more extraordinary. 1 gram of this element can be worth tens of millions of dollars. It is rarely seen outside specialized laboratories, and only a tiny amount is produced each year. Today, we're exploring californium, one of the rarest and most valuable elements ever created. We'll look at what it is, why it is so expensive, how scientists produce it, how it is used, and why it cannot simply be manufactured in large quantities for profit. Let's begin. Californium is a synthetic chemical element with the symbol Cf and atomic number 98. It belongs to a group of heavy radioactive elements known as the actinides. Unlike elements such as iron, copper, or gold, californium is not found naturally in useful amounts on Earth. Scientists create it artificially through a series of nuclear reactions inside specialized nuclear reactors. The element was first produced in 1950 by researchers at the University of California, Berkeley. It was named after the state of California, where it was discovered. Several isotopes of californium exist, but the most widely used is californium-252. This isotope is especially valuable because it naturally releases large numbers of neutrons through radioactive decay. These neutrons make californium useful for scientific research, medicine, and industry. So, why is californium considered the most expensive element in the world? The answer lies in its extraordinary difficulty of production. Creating californium is an extremely slow and complex process. Scientists begin with other heavy elements and expose them to intense streams of neutrons inside high-flux nuclear reactors. Through repeated neutron capture and radioactive decay, heavier elements gradually form until californium is produced. This process can take many months or even years. After production, separating californium from many other radioactive elements requires highly specialized chemical techniques performed in heavily shielded laboratories. Even after all this effort, the final amount produced is incredibly small. Worldwide production is measured in milligrams rather than grams. To put that into perspective, 1 gram contains 1,000 milligrams. Producing even a single gram would require an enormous amount of time, specialized equipment, and financial resources. Because production is so limited while demand for specialized applications remains high, the price can reach tens of millions of dollars per gram. It is important to remember that this price reflects the cost of production and rarity. Californium is not expensive because it is decorative or suitable for jewelry. Its value comes from its unique nuclear properties that very few other materials can provide. At this point, a natural question arises. If californium is worth so much money, why don't countries simply produce more and make enormous profits? The answer is more complicated than it may seem. First, producing californium requires nuclear reactors capable of generating extremely intense neutron fluxes. Only a small number of facilities in the world have this capability. Second, operating these facilities is extremely expensive. They require advanced engineering, continuous monitoring, strict safety systems, highly trained scientists, and significant amounts of energy. Third, californium is highly radioactive. Every stage of production, transportation, storage, and use must follow strict safety regulations designed to protect both workers and the environment. Finally, global demand is actually quite limited. Californium is used only in specialized scientific, medical, and industrial applications. Producing large amounts without corresponding demand would not be economically practical. For these reasons, increasing production dramatically would not suddenly create unlimited profits. Although most people will never encounter californium, it performs several important jobs that benefit science and society. One major application is serving as a powerful neutron source. In nuclear reactors, californium can help start the nuclear chain reaction during reactor startup. In medicine, Carefully controlled neutron radiation from californium has been used in specialized forms of cancer treatment, particularly for certain tumors that respond poorly to conventional radiation therapy. While these treatments are not common, they have provided valuable options in selected clinical situations. The mining industry also benefits from californium. Neutron-based instruments help locate valuable mineral deposits such as gold and silver hidden beneath the Earth's surface. In the energy industry, californium assists with well logging, allowing engineers to study underground rock formations during oil and natural gas exploration. Scientists also use californium in research laboratories to study nuclear reactions and to help produce even heavier synthetic elements. Its unique neutron emissions make it an essential tool for advancing nuclear science. Because californium is highly radioactive, it must be handled with exceptional care. The radiation it emits can damage living cells and increase health risks if proper protection is not used. Scientists work with californium only inside specialized facilities equipped with thick radiation shielding, remote handling systems, and continuous monitoring equipment. Protective procedures are carefully designed to minimize radiation exposure while allowing researchers to perform their work safely. For these reasons, californium is never found in everyday consumer products and is accessible only to trained professionals working under strict regulatory oversight. Here are a few fascinating facts about californium. Despite being one of the most expensive elements ever produced, only tiny amounts exist worldwide at any given time. A sample small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil may still represent an extraordinary scientific achievement. Californium-252 is one of the strongest portable neutron sources known, making it invaluable for many specialized applications. Scientists continue studying californium because it helps expand our understanding of nuclear physics and supports the development of new technologies and even heavier elements. Californium reminds us that the value of an element is not measured by its beauty, but by its remarkable properties and the challenges involved in producing it. Although it is far too rare and radioactive for everyday use, this extraordinary element plays an important role in medicine, scientific research, nuclear technology, mining, and industry. Its story highlights the remarkable achievements of modern science and the dedication required to create materials that do not naturally exist in meaningful amounts on Earth. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the world's most expensive element, please consider giving this video a like, sharing it with others, and subscribing for more science-based content about the fascinating world of chemistry, physics, and technology. We truly appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.